Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Yes, sir. Man, please. All about my bread, like some ham and cheese. This is when things get serious, people. Bowl season. I got a lot to say about that. I remember when games like the Fiesta Bowl, the Peach Bowl, the Orange Bowl, the Sugar Bowl meant something. Now they're just a wasted sponsorship and a meaningless game. There's a kid in 1998 right now telling his grandson, I won the Fiesta Bowl. And it meant something. But anyway, it is Friday. I do have the special guest for you, Jaden Chandler Parnell, in a minute to talk all things football. From college to the NFL to the playoffs. 2 weeks away from the big league hitting the playoffs. Remind me again, why the hell we have 17 games in a season? Missed the 16-game schedule. I miss teams being able to just end the season 8-8. But again, call me old school. Anyway, we'll preview every NFL game. We'll also talk some college football for you. But before we get to that, I just want to speak a little bit on college basketball. Starting Monday, it's going bananas. We got conference play around the corner. I can smell it. We're 3 months away from March Madness. That means we have about 90 teams over the next 3 months we need to keep an eye on. Monday, we'll start breaking down the madness. Just for a little fun, because it's Friday, Nebraska walk away from Hawaii with the win in that tournament. They're looking damn good. I'm not telling you to bet it, but if you got $20, you want to have a little fun, hell, you got $10. Plus 8,000 for Nebraska to win the Big Ten. The Big Ten is going to beat each other up all season. Anybody has a damn chance to walk away with it, especially now that I think it's, 47 teams in the Big Ten? It's a lot easier for these lower teams like Nebraska to just sneak in and get to the top. And they got players to do it. In college basketball, if you got a superstar, you got a damn chance to dance. And Bryce Williams is a damn superstar. Later in the show, later in the show, we will look at tomorrow's slate of college basketball, preview all the games, and then because for some reason there's lines already out, I'll just give you my damn bets. That's fun. So later in the show, we'll talk Saturday slate of college hoops. Got a good one with UCLA and Gonzaga. Also got the Mississippi taking on Memphis, man. That'll be some good ass games. I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, the SEC 170-22. I mean, this league might get a dozen teams into the damn tournament. Of course, now that the SEC has 50 teams, it's not that special. But, man, the bottom-ranked team, just to give you an idea, South Carolina, 9-3. Got about 6-7 teams, 10-2. I think 5 teams, 11-1. And then the Holy Trinity, I don't know, 3 teams that are undefeated, 12-0. But college hoops, baby, I'll come back to it probably in about an hour. Right now, it's Captain by a Hook with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. I'm Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs, going live on a beautiful, fantastic Friday. I hope Santa Claus brought you kids everything you wanted. And I hope, for the sake of humanity, we can stop parlaying as a whole. Sick of seeing you mucks crying over parlays on damn Twitter, X, whatever. But anyway, without further ado, let's get to the amazing, the awesome, the always entertaining Jaden Chandler Parnell from the JC Pod. My guy. How about those Bears Seahawks last night, huh? What a game.
I'm just trying not to throw up in my damn mouth.
NFL.
That game sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 duds this week, but that might have been the duddest of the duds. Just watching those teams try to give away the game for 3 hours. Not fun. Caleb Williams with no offensive line. Trash. Geno Smith last night. Okay. Not the greatest. I won't lie to you. I've hyped this up, this rant I want to do. I don't even know if it's worth my damn time, man. I'm not going to lie. The more I've thought about it, that was the last Thursday night game of the year. It's almost like they threw in the towel. And by throwing the towel, I mean both those teams. I understand it was raining. That was a defensive football game if we've ever seen one. So shout out to the defenses, honestly, for real. But on offense, man, both teams tried to give away the game for 3 hours, and neither team could take it. And one last final shout out to the Bears offense for yet again giving us another reason of why they're inept, and we get to watch them find another way to lose a game. And man, shout out to all my Bears fans. Crazy. That one Hail Mary flipped their whole season. Huh. That one Hail Mary flipped their whole damn season, huh?
Man.
It definitely wasn't the inept coaching and the inept letting Eberflus come in on the year. I mean, they've completely screwed this up. They got to get this next coaching hire right, or we're just going to see the whole – they even showed the carousel last night. Mitch and who? Justin Fields and who? Caleb Williams and who this time?
Nah, it is crazy. I feel like that franchise has been stuck on the wrong issues for about the past 5 years. And,
yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's been bad, man.
No, the sports as a whole has been bad. I don't know if it's my generation that started you got to look cool instead of looking like you want to win. But that's my biggest problem in sports. Nobody looks like they give a hot ham anymore, basketball and football. But just the product that was put on the field this week alone, 34-0 Saints Packers, Chiefs.
Oh my goodness!
Handedly against the Steelers, and then we get the Houston Texans, which if you ask,
they got their ass beat, man. Oh my god!
Hey,
man, you had to hide the kids from that one. Holy hell!
I was told I was a hater for saying they was gonna have the sophomore.
Man, did we not tell them all season, week after week? I mean, it's not. Now they've lost a lot of receivers. Like, it's not like CJ Stroud isn't fully like regret. He has regressed a little bit. Like, there's some throws he's just straight up missing. He didn't miss last year, but the offense been slow. It isn't calling the best of offenses as he has been. But man, there's something going around that locker room in Houston. It just ain't right.
Yeah, I mean, they hit lightning in a bottle, bro. It happens every year in every sport. You get a team. This year it's the Minnesota Vikings. That's the team I'm guessing is not going to be 12-2 next season. But
probably.
Texans, this is who they are. You're 9-7. For some reason, you can't score a damn point.
Man, they're lucky they got that safety.
Right. Yeah.
And they're lucky the Colts were bad, or there's a legit. If the Colts don't have that like rough middle of the season stretch that they had, there's a good chance that Houston's about to lose the division based on the Colts' last bit of the schedule, which is just crazy. They just got lucky that they were good at the beginning of the season, so now they've just kind of had to fix themselves for the playoffs, but we'll see if they can figure that out because, man.
I know. It's crazy how trends are really, not to say like the Bible, but you see Texans the first 5-6 weeks, they got a good record, but one of the worst ATS records, and then they kind of pick it up. They have a good 4 or 5 weeks, and now you see them losing those games badly, by the way, that they weren't covering early in the season. And it's just crazy how I could see it in the beginning of the season. But the biggest thing about the Bears, just to bring it back to them real quick, Ryan Poles is going to pick the next head coach.
If he's still there, he should be, though. I think they said he's safe.
Right. Which is, what are we doing at this point?
Yeah, Kevin Warren, too, as the GM. Or not the GM. Well, I forget what Kevin Warren's job is. I mean, I don't know. I won't lie to you. I don't want to talk too trash on Kevin Warren, but that guy didn't want to play football in COVID when everybody else wanted to play football. So I don't want that. Just on that decision alone. I'm sure he's a great guy, made a lot of great decisions. But that decision alone, as a Big Ten guy myself too, it's like, I don't want that guy running my team. But yet again, my GM's Chris Ballard. So what do I know?
No, man, we need to get away from these computer geeks and just get some real live football men back in the
Shout
damn
out
seats.
the Lions, because that's what they literally did. Sheila Ford-Ham brought in Dan Campbell, and I can't remember their GM's name, but that's worked. That looks good. Yeah, I mean, John Lynch with the 49ers, Shanahan. Yeah, just who wants that job? That's the real question. It is a very coveted job because the Bears are a very good good franchise. I should say that. Historical franchise. Let me rephrase that. They still got some history to them, but man. And the fan, I mean, everyone, Kirk Herbstreit said it last night. They're 3-6. All the fans are still there in the pouring rain. They show up. It's just, man, they have put some bad football on the field lately, especially offensively.
Embarrassing, man.
Anyway. Imagine Mike Vrabel on that team, but he'll probably be a Patriot. But anyway,
he's
like you said,
to New Orleans, bro, or I'm burning down the Superdome. That's not a threat to the government. Don't arrest me, please.
If I had to make a prediction, congratulations, Aaron Glenn. Anyway.
Aaron Glenn. I got to look him up. I think I know who he is. I want Kingsbury or I want Vrabel. That's just what I want.
You should know Aaron Glenn. Isn't that the old Saints player?
80%. 89%. The more I think about it, the more I know. I definitely know who Aaron Glenn is. Skinny black guy.
Lions DC?
Yeah.
He might be your next coach if you guys don't get
I know down here it's a lot of talk about Ben Johnson, who I know he's with the Lions too, but I don't know nothing about his ass.
That wouldn't be too bad. He'd be good for the offense.
Call me old school, bro. Just give me Vrabel, please. Give me somebody that's gonna slap somebody if they talk to him crazy, which I'm sure those guys will. But I don't know. I'm honestly at the point where I don't even care, bro. Derek Carr's our quarterback.
Yeah,
I really don't give a fuck who the coach is.
I was gonna say you need a new quarterback just to get some new life in you. Honestly.
Yeah, I was about to say something drastic, but yeah, yeah. Anyway, mediocre sports is what we got in 2024. Hopefully 2025 is better. Let's look at some college football though, man. Not only do we have the college football playoffs, which completely ruined bowl games for the rest of my life. We got some games today and tomorrow. I'm not sure if you want to talk about anything. I'm kind of going to hand the floor to you and just take notes and tell everything you say for the next.
I got some bets that I'll give out, and I'll run from today until, which is Friday. I'll run from Friday until Wednesday because that pretty much takes us to the college football playoffs, and then next time I should be on is next Thursday, and that gives us next to the bowl games, hopefully. Because, yeah, I'll admit, like, for example, Oklahoma Navy. I liked Navy +3. Now it's down to 2.5. I might just not take it. Like, there's some bowl games I'm probably just not going to take at this point in the year, just mainly because the more I try to find information on it, the transfer portal just completely made this impossible for me at some points. Because, man, like, I'll admit, like, last night was impossible to figure out spread-wise because transfer portal. Some of the smaller schools aren't affected nearly as much as bigger schools. So, like, there's some situations, like, for example, first bet of the day, Georgia Tech -2.5. Haven't looked into Vanderbilt too much, but I know Hanks King is playing for Georgia Tech. That's all I need to know. As long as he's healthy and he's good to roll, I'm taking Georgia Tech there. And I think they're going to win this game by about a field goal. They've been good to us all season. We'll take them there again. So a lot of situations like that where it's just if I know some guys are playing, probably just going to end up riding with that team. If I don't know for sure, we're just staying away. Like Texas Tech, Arkansas. Kind of lean Arkansas, but I don't know for sure what's going on in that game. Just staying away. Syracuse, though. They're -17 on a book, -17.5 on another book. I'm going to take Syracuse -17. This is just more of a number play. This is a massive number in a bowl game, so I'm like, why is it this big? Washington State, pretty sure the quarterback's not playing. I think they have a lot of other people who aren't playing as well. I think they even might have lost their coach. Not 100% sure on that one, but yeah, I think Syracuse. I think they're playing. Most of their guys are playing, and then you know how it goes around here. Winners get washed, man. We need to get our coach one last shower to finish the season. So I do think they're going to win this game probably pretty big, just mainly because of all the opt-outs at Washington State. USC Texas A&M should be a fun one to close out Friday, but got nothing there. Saturday, North Carolina, the last game before the pre-Bill Belichick era, they take UConn. Who cares? Who cares? That's the who cares bowl, honestly. No offense to those teams, but who cares? You got to throw it in one more time. Nebraska -3.5 over Boston College. Boston College ended their season kind of messy. I'm pretty sure Dylan Raiola is playing in this, and they're coming back. So I'm just assuming Nebraska's going to end their season. Also, a high note. Hate the hook. If I can 4 in another book, so I guess I don't mind the hook as much because it's basically the same number. Give me Nebraska minus 3.5. That one I'm not as confident in, but a little bit of Saturday action that I was about to say should be a little bit of a fun watch with football, but your boy's in a wedding, you totally forgot about it, so you probably won't be able to check games for a while.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Man, I was at a wedding one day. Saints were playing the Bears. As soon as that everybody went to start drinking and partying, I found a TV in the back room by myself.
Oh yeah, that's what. That's probably I got.
Saints playing the Bears.
I got my boy since elementary school. Quick, we'll go sidetrack real quick. Shout out my boy from elementary school, Aaron. He's getting married this weekend. For instance, 4th grade, so he's an OG. But yeah, there's
shout out, man.
Wedding,
congratulations too.
Weddings start to think about like 3:30. So yeah, I'll admit it does kind of stink because Broncos games start to 4:30. That's the only NFL game I kind of cared about a little bit. So it's like miss a little bit of that. But yeah, about 5, 6, 7 when the party start happening. We'll probably watch a little bit of Sunday night football. But yeah, most of these bowl games are like noon and everything. We're gonna probably miss. I ain't gonna lie to you. So,
nah, it's beautiful, man. At least it ain't next weekend.
Oh, for real. Shout out my boy for real because he picked kind of a good weekend to do it, where there's kind of lull in the games. Playoffs are on a Tuesday, Wednesday, so it's like, man, hey, week 17 in the NFL, not going too crazy. Yeah, really the only game we'll talk about it when we get to the NFL. But the only game that's really going to matter in those 2 later games. First game, who cares? But a game I kind of do care about, suck, I'm going to miss it. Miami, Florida, taking on Iowa State. Miami minus 3.5, Cam Ward's playing. We're taking Miami. Cam Ward's playing. Just stinks that. Yeah, 3:30. Your boy's part of the wedding, so he for sure will not be watching this game. But shout out Cam Ward. I think he's gonna have a good last game in college before he preps for the NFL. Miami of Ohio on the money line against Colorado.
I'm kidding.
Might be the second pick, boy. He's gonna be the Jane Daniels according to everyone.
I know,
man. You know what's
we started giving these trash ass players like he shouldn't even be an NFL prospect.
I just don't like the trends that's coming from this now, where everyone's going to be like, all right, watch out for that second pick in the draft. Watch out for that second pick. He's going to be the one because the last 2 years he's been pretty decent. It's like, man, what's that? Shouldn't we focus on, man, maybe they're messing up this number 1 overall pick. Anyway, though, that's for NFL. We'll get there in a minute. Miami of Ohio on the money line. They're playing Colorado State. Miami of Ohio has been good to it this year. Won us a good amount of money on winning the the conference championship as well. So one last ride with the boys. And I believe that one of my guys I went to high school with, this is his senior year, so I think this is last year. So this is like one of those, probably the last time we're betting on Miami of Ohio for a while. So it's like, hey, thanks for the seasons, boys. NC State, East Carolina, got nothing there. Colorado minus 3.5 over BYU. Talent-wise, they should just blow them out of the water in this game. It's probably going to be a good game at first, but Colorado comes to play like they seem like they're going to because Shadur's playing, Travis Hunter's playing, everybody's playing. Deion's even offered money if they get hurt based on their NFL, which I think, by the way, everyone else should do if they want more people to play. I think it's dumb that we have to get to that point because kids should just want to play with their buddies one last time. But if that's the world we live in, might as well do it with all these other bowls.
Every single kid that opt out of a bowl game is going to regret it every day of his life.
Oh,
the rest of
100%, especially if those guys are only like 2 or 3. Like if they stay maybe like 10, 15 years in the NFL, might not regret it as much, but they probably still will regret it. Guys are really going to regret it. These guys are like 1, 2 year NFL guys who are just like, man, should have just played in the bowl game, man. Get that one last extra game. Because truly, it's like one last ride with the boys, man. But yeah, I think Colorado's going to win that game because of all the NFL talent they have and everything. It's just, these opt-outs, man. Sucks to see. I'm glad Deion's kind of like starting an initiative. I hope, like I said, more teams do it. We're like, hey, we'll offer you draft compensation. Like, if you're on the 7th round, we'll give you $75,000. You tear your ACL, something like that.
I remember when just a bowl game mattered.
That too. I do miss that a little bit. Like they still do matter. It's like I'm not going to act like they don't matter. Some of these school bowl games truly, truly, really do matter. Like some of them, they really do matter. But there's just other teams like at this point now, like Oregon. I don't know if it matters to them as much anymore. Some of these Power 4 teams, it probably doesn't nearly as matter. But some of these smaller schools like Colorado, this bowl game, this is huge for them, honestly. I know they didn't make college football playoffs, but this is like their program hasn't had like a winning season in like 20 years or something like that. They've been bad. Like there's some teams where truly bowl game special. Like we saw it for Toledo last night. That was a truly special. Those kids stormed the field like 15 times, man, and they were excited every goddamn time. So I mean, like you are right though. Some of these bowl games are getting watered down. I hope they do less bowl games so they matter even more because we're We're going to talk about this next game. Louisiana Tech versus Army minus 16.5. I'm taking Army minus 16.5. You know, want to know why? Louisiana Tech, only reason they're in the bowl game, this is given the Marshall. Marshall coach goes in the portal. 25 to 30 players go into the portal with him because the school just wouldn't keep him. And then because of that, now Marshall can't field a team. So now La Tech's in. This went from like a 6-7 point spread to a 16.5 point spread. So you get situations like that where La Tech's like 6-6. Should they even really be in a bowl? And now Army might beat the brakes off them. Give me them Army boys. Shout out for real. But yeah, it's tough.
Terry Bradshaw went to Louisiana Tech.
Oh, really?
You know who else went to Louisiana Tech?
Joe Biden?
I don't know where he went.
I just throwing out names.
Carl Malone.
Shout out Carl. Man, that's all I'm going to leave that at. Shout out Carl. We aren't going to get into any more than that.
The daughter went too. Cheryl Ford. Also, we ain't got to talk about Louisiana Tech history.
I know it's kind of close to you. I just realized that too. But sorry, but I think they're going to get the brakes beat off them by Army.
Oh, yeah, they should.
Army.
They should.
There's no player props out yet, but Bryson Daly, overs, anytimes. Yeah. And then I think that basically cleans it up. We're going to take Missouri minus 2.5 just because Iowa's best running back on their team isn't playing. Nothing Alabama, Michigan. I really don't know who's playing in that. Louisville, Washington, no. I'm going to take Illinois if it gets to 10.5. If it doesn't get to 10.5, I'm not taking them. I think South Carolina actually has a lot to play for because they're building on the next season. Because I think they're getting a lot. I think they're getting a lot of their guys back. So I want to take Illinois there because Luke Altmaier's coming back as well. So I believe he's playing in this bowl game, but we'll see. Like I said, that's not 10.5. I'll probably end up just staying away. But now it's time for the main event. Boise State.
LSU.
Baylor, LSU. I would take LSU on the money line because Gus Meyer should be playing, but I don't think I'm betting it.
Real quick, how do you feel about what I said earlier? I hate that somebody's going to win the Peach Bowl and it ain't going to mean a hot damn thing. I hate that somebody's going to win the Fiesta Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, the Rose Bowl, and it ain't going to mean a goddamn thing.
Yeah, that's a part I do wonder about a little bit because they still have 2 more games to play. I think it'll still matter.
Bowls and made them pointless.
I'm not gonna go there because I still think it's gonna matter a little bit but I think that it's almost gonna be different. It's gonna matter in a different way. It's almost like how many bowls did you win? Because it matter. Hey, we won the Peach Rolls and Chick-fil-A bowls. So now in that same season, you won a national championship, got a national title, Peach Bowl champions, Chick-fil-A Bowl champions. The only thing that sucks now is now you're gonna say, all right, which bowl matters more than which one? Which that's the only issue I find with this now. It's the
only game that matters is the championship.
That's fair. I mean, for Boise,
win the Peach Bowl now is like the Knicks celebrating winning the fucking
and that's the one. That's the one thing I'm going to be disappointed about. It
breaks my heart. College football, I used to get excited this is their Super Bowl. Every ball game used to be their Super Bowl.
I wish they would fix this almost make the Rose Bowl instead of Oregon, Ohio State. Make it the next make it they should have made it like Alabama. I know I don't know if it can be an SEC or team or not. Make it like Alabama, Michigan. That should be the Rose Bowl because that's outside the playoffs and those 2-team seasons in there. Because it's almost best way to put it's almost like the WWE having too many belts. All of a sudden you get too many belts, everyone has a title. It's all right, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I put it. I do agree with you on that though. That's going to be one disappointing part of it. Is these Bulls are going to lose a little bit of value.
Man, every bowl game used to be their Super Bowl, and those kids played like it. You could watch any bowl game you put on, and it felt like a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And the whole bowl season used to be good because every fucking game mattered. But go ahead. I'm sorry. We got Penn State, Boise State, baby. Fiesta Bowl.
No, you're all good. I mean, you bring up a very valid point. That's the real question. That's what we really have to start asking ourselves now. Like I said, I still think there's going to be value here. I still think it matters. But at the same point, once you win a national championship, if you win it or lose it, it's kind of like you're losing. As a player, you should be happy. Hey, we won the Fiesta Bowl. That's awesome. But the media's not going to allow you to be that, and that's the biggest issue. But yeah, like I said, Penn State, Boise State, we don't need to keep on that point because I thought you said it very well. I don't want to keep dragging it on. Boise State, 10.5. If they're going to win this game or do something, it's going to be somebody not named Ashton Genty. This is probably the best defense they're going to play all season. I think this defense is slightly better than Oregon's, especially in the rushing aspect of it. So when it comes to somebody else is going to make a play with Ashton Jeanty, I want to take it. I want to take Boise plus 10.5, but I'm scared they're going to get blown out, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I think I'm going to take Boise State at least, maybe in a teaser on something, but I probably will take the 10.5, but I'm fully prepped for them to get blown out again, because if Ashton Jeanty gets shut down and nobody else shows up for them, I mean, it's Madsen's. This is going to sound awful, but Madsen's not much better than Kevin Jennings. You can't play much worse than Kevin Jennings, though. Kevin Jennings had probably one of the worst games I've ever seen off college quarterback. I mean, he literally lost his team that game, damn near. But Madsen is not nearly as good as Kevin Jennings. So that's what kind of concerns me a little bit. And Penn State felt like they didn't have to unload the clip fully in the last game. So I'm nervous, man. But it's the Fiesta Bowl. Boise State has some magic. I got no props for you in this game because, like I said, this is if I got a nuclear warning sign about beeping at me, warning at blowouts inbound, I get scared, man, especially the college player props, man. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of don't want to take a player prop again after last night's Thursday night game, man. The fact that Charbonnet didn't reach his rushing over, I'm bothered by that. I don't care about anything else. I'm really bothered by that. Anyway, though, we aren't to the NFL yet. We don't need to talk about that. I like that.
You made enough money on Boise State this year to just ignore this game if you want.
Yeah, but I'm not going.
You made enough money on Boise State this year to
lose a little time. Yes, sir. I love that. That's probably what I'm going to do. Just bet Boise State one more time plus 10.5. Probably just hope they keep this game close, man, and keep it exciting, because I do think Penn State's probably going to win this. But I wouldn't be shocked if Boise won. But like I said, who's going to show up besides Ashton Jeanty? That's the real question we need to look for. So that's going to be a fun one to set it up on Tuesday. And then that brings us to Wednesday. Man.
New year.
So I lied. They just aren't showing this game.
Arizona State.
Yes, sir. At 1. Sorry, they don't show that game on this goddamn book for some reason.
That's plus 13.5 for the 4.
Yep, I went back to the other one. Yeah, I'm taking Arizona State plus 13.5, I think. This is just a simple fade of Quinn Ewers. He looked a lot better last game, and Clemson did cover with us with the live number if you're able to get them live plus 14.5. So that part was nice. Pre-game, I think got all the way to 13. So tough, but I don't know, man. Arizona State. I mean, it's just they're a Big 12 team. Yes, they don't have as much NFL talent. Yes. Offensively, though, I mean, they've been pretty good. The big question for this team, though, is field goal kicking. They are arguably the worst field goal. No, it's not even arguably, actually. They are the worst field goal kicking team in the season. I think they've attempted only 17 on the year. They're kicking. I mean, I don't know if you saw the viral clip. They were literally holding open traps for a kicker at one point in the middle of the season. So they can't make field goals. So it's touchdown to bust for them. That's my only fear, is that if they gotta to score a decent amount and it's touchdown to bust. Yeah, and I think that is a chance where that really does bite them. So that's my only fear of taking them 13.5 here. And that's probably why I'm not taking them on the money line. Because this is a game that Texas should win, but I'm not going to lie to you. I love Sarkisian to death. I still don't trust Quinn Ewers, man. I got a stank eye with that boy, man. He's put up too many stinky games for me. And I will admit, everyone was bashing IU for their easy schedule. If Texas played Georgia's schedule, 7-5, 8-4, maybe 9-3. But it's like I just can't trust that Quinn Ewers boy, man. I think they win this game. I probably do, but it's like I don't trust him. I just wait for him to have his issues. But like I said, he played pretty good last game against Clemson, so I'm not going to say too much. Defense balled out. I think that defense is really good, but man, how many times can I say I can't trust Quentin Ewers before I emphasize how much I don't trust that boy?
Nah, I don't get the kid. I mean, the kid's trash, bro.
Put in Arch. I can't wait for next.
Bro, you got Arch Manning. Like, I understood if you had fucking I keep saying the F word on the show. I'm sorry. I'd understand if you had just regular old Brian Brunson as your backup.
Brian Brunson.
But you got a kid that's got greatness in his genes. A kid that grew up with 3 of the greatest NFL quarterbacks ever at the table. And we starting a kid that had a mullet last year. No, I ain't forget.
No, I just don't know, man. Texas they're a good team, man. Like I said, like all this being said,
I say this.
I
So
still
with
think they
everything being
win.
said, I think Texas wins, and I think they cover. But I
I
bet
think so too.
I put a lot more emphasis. You probably shouldn't on location. This game's in Atlanta. I think it's going to be a Texas home game.
Very
Arizona
fair.
State might travel,
Yeah.
but I don't see them flying
Yeah,
to Atlanta for this shit.
and if it's like
I
that
lived in
close for
Tempe.
if that close for Texas too, then yeah, they're probably gonna have a big old crowd. So yeah, that's probably I wouldn't I agree with you there. I would not be shocked if Texas win that game. I just kind of wanna
And it
I
feel
don't know,
like
man.
too. Last week we saw it where it was literally every game was a blowout.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where I was mad at myself for taking like 3 or 4 of the dogs. Like Clemson was probably I guess I took Notre Dame, so it doesn't count. But we took Notre Dame and Clemson. I was kind of okay with the other 2 games. Were like, it's probably gonna be a blowout. There's a chance these guys keep it competitive, and that's exactly how these first 2 games feel. Is that
Yeah,
I think it's literally a ditto of last week, like you kind of said, where it's like, yeah, I think they got a chance, but
you look up, it's
uh,
38-7.
yeah, and it's just like, oh, I finally knew it. Should have just taken the point. Like that's best way. I'm glad you brought that up because that's the best way to put these games. It's like I'm probably going to regret not taking the points with both the other teams, but I just can't get myself to do it because of and it's probably a personal issue. I'll be honest. It's just bad vibes with both those teams, man. I just can't get myself to bet on them. And I want to just keep fading them. So eventually I'll be right and be able to brag about it. Anyway, we'll get to that. We'll get to there when they lose. Ohio State, Oregon. Speaking of, I am never betting on Ohio State against Oregon ever again in my life. I don't care. Give me Oregon to win this game. I did like how much Ohio State came out to play last game, though. I thought they did really come out and fight for the coach. If you can get Oregon, I like it. I'll take the 2.5. I'll probably also take it on the money line. I do think this is going to be a very tough and close game, but yeah, give me a money line for sure. I just can't get. It's not a Ryan Day thing either. I think Ryan Day is a pretty decent coach. I just think that Oregon's a slight bit better than them. I'm very excited to see what Dan Lanning's had now. They just had 2 weeks to prep for them, and I just can't. Like I said, this is another one of those games where I've had so much history, I just can't do it. I can't tell you how many games I've bet Ohio State against Oregon, and I just look up and I'm always losing betting on Ohio State, always losing on betting on Ohio State, and this has been years running now. Just to the point now where it's like, do they have their number? I don't know, but I also worst part too is I kind of don't trust Dylan Gabriel. That's another personal demon issue I have with these guys. But I think Oregon should win this game. Love with the points.
Personal out of it now, I'm playing.
Dude.
I'll say
at this point in the season, man, big time games with these players. Before I let you go, it's hard to not get personal with some of these guys, man.
No, I mean, you've had all season. I mean, it's pretty much connected for sure. Ohio State. That's probably the one team I've never bet on in my life. Never will bet on. I would rather give a bum $100 than put $100 on Ohio State.
Oregon, I need to start doing that.
They're beating them by 20. Also, just a shot at Ohio State. You go from crying like baby back bitches about Michigan celebrating the win, and then you act like some even bigger baby back bitches after you beat Tennessee. If you can't take it,
on the SEC.
Don't give it.
That's
you don't run the damn SEC. You've been getting your ass whooped by the SEC for decades. Shout out Joe Burrow. Busted y'all ass. Anyway, fuck Ohio State. Shout out Oregon. They're gonna win it for sure. This is a big one. This is the fun one. This is the game I'll be waiting for while all these other games are playing.
You want to say it?
It's your world, baby.
Man.
Fighting Irish.
Georgia. As a wise man once said, give me Notre Dame on the money line.
It's gonna be
all fan bias aside, this should be honestly a really good game. Biggest thing is Notre Dame. Jeremiah Love is kind of banged up for Notre Dame, so it does bother me a little bit and scare me because that boy pretty good, man. But other than that, Riley Leonard, he's been playing a little bit better. He's looked a lot better and more comfortable in the system. Georgia, there no Carson Beck, which can be a good or a bad thing. I'm not sure how much Gunnar Stockton is better than. He had a few throws where I'm like, oh, he might be better than Carson. Then there was like about 3 where I'm like, oh, holy hell, this kid's not ready to play. I'm very curious to see how he's going to play against the Notre Dame defense. And yeah, this is going to be the fun game of the night. I think truly either team could truly win this game. There's a reason it's a 1-point spread. But I think Notre Dame's going to be able to edge them out here. Georgia might have the playoff experience, but I truly think that Notre Dame, if they can put it together what they've showed against IU, I think they have a chance. It's just the offense has to get going a little bit more than it did against IU. It was a little bit – there was a few spots where it's like, all right, man, against some better teams, all right. Giving them decent field position, but if they can figure those things out, I think they're going to be all right.
Keep going for like 10 more seconds.
Okay, I got you. Overall, though, so like looking at these playoffs as a whole, though, I'll just do that while you're going. Playoffs as a whole, if we're being real, I'm not going to be shocked if we're just picking money lines, honestly. We're looking at Penn State probably. Texas probably moving on. Oregon, Ohio State truly is a bit of a toss-up. Is the moment going to get too big for Ryan Day and Chip Kelly? That's the biggest question, though. Truly, I think, like I said, Oregon's just been so dominant all season, so dominant. It's like, how can you go against dominance? And they're giving to you at plus money. Like, yes, Ohio State was good against Tennessee. But at the same time, it's kind of cold. That was in their element. Everything felt right. They were in home. Everything felt just right. Now they have to go a little bit on the road against some adversity. Very excited for this rematch. And then Notre Dame, Georgia, this is the one game where truly I am being a bit biased with Notre Dame, but it can go either way. So we're probably looking at – I forgot how the bracket's laid out, but like I said, we're looking at Penn State, Texas, probably moving on. My guess would be Oregon, and then, man, Notre Dame, Georgia. That could be a fun one. And then they have the hypothetical lines up if you want to look at that. It'd be Boise, Georgia, Penn State, Georgia, or obviously Boise, Notre Dame, Penn State, Notre Dame in that section. Then we're looking at Texas, Oregon, or is it Arizona State, Oregon, or Ohio State, Arizona State, Ohio State, Texas, some of those matchups. Like hopefully we get some of the latter ones because we're looking at either minus 1.5 games or minus 11.5 games. So that's what I just want to end with there. College football playoffs should be a fun one come New Year's, and it should be very, very exciting. We got to find a few bowl games lead up to that. Don't forget about the bowl games, man. We might have made an issue about how they seem to not matter, but if you look at those scores, man, boys are playing damn hard who are out there, even if it's the fifth stringer for Pitt and 6 overtimes.
Rose Bowl is also on the West Coast. Again, location bias for me. Georgia, that's the only thing that scares me. Taking on Notre Dame, that's in New Orleans. That's a country mile drive from Georgia fans. It'll be red hats all over my city. I'm gonna throw up all week. My girlfriend's father. Let me tell you how ignorant and these dog fans are. This is the Christmas card I got.
Go Dogs. Man.
This is the type of shit I had to look at on Christmas morning.
I don't give a damn about Georgia around here.
Fighting Irish. Rooting for you, baby.
Ow. Man, this would be probably one of their biggest wins in program history. Obviously, I know they have national championships, but in recent history, I guess, I'll rephrase it because they do have national championships. I don't want to just be ignorant.
I know, imagine winning the Sugar Bowl, and then the next week it don't matter because you lost.
That's going to be a real possibility for some of these teams.
It's just heartbreaking. Anyway, we got some big boys. We got some NFL on a Saturday.
Saturday.
Patriots. They're going to start it off tomorrow at noon. Don't worry about this one. Chargers -4. It's Chargers are nothing for me here. Total set at 42.5.
No Gus Edwards.
Oh, they don't have Gus Edwards or JK?
JK is questionable. If he does play, it's going to be a limited role. So that does kind of concern me a bit. So the -4, that's the only thing that does scare me about that. But I'm still going to take it. If you want to be a wussy like me, though, a Chargers money line, Bengals money line ain't too bad. A little two-legger. Or you can do a Chargers, Rams, a little two-legger. That's kind of what I'm probably going to do to hedge the money line if it ends up not going too well. Because like I said, Gus Edwards got announced out. I don't know if J.K. Dobbins is going to play. If he does, I don't know how it's going. I don't know what his full range of snaps is going to be. He's been out for 4 weeks. I don't think they're just going to give him 30 carries right away, especially with the playoff run looming. Yeah. But it's 4.5 that for me to bust. And then I don't think I want to take any props in this game, just simply for the fact that I don't know who's playing. And this is one of those.
All those injuries. What about some Herbert props? They got to be.
Well, he's hurt too.
Oh,
that's the worst part. He's dealing with an ankle injury.
I didn't know
For the
that.
past few weeks. Yeah, because I gave out. I'll admit I gave out his rushing over like 2 weeks ago, and I forgot he was hurt. And then he got hurt again that game with the injury. So it's like, shit. That's the worst part. And that's one of the things about it. It's week 17 at this point. Some guys, teams are going to be in between resting and all that. So player props are to the point. I'm not going to lie to you. Player props are about to be booked on the shelves till about playoffs.
The NFL.
Week 18 I'm coming on, probably none. Unless it's like got to get an incentive.
NFL ruined their season by adding that 17 game. It's just too long, bro. Let's get to playoffs. Let's get to the playoffs, bro.
Well,
I
it
don't
feels one
care
week
if
too
a
long.
7-18, if they win 2 and 6 teams lose, they make it in. If you ain't
I
making it into
can't say
16
that.
games, I don't care if you make it into 17.
That's literally what the Colts are looking at. They win 2 games. Some teams lose their head. I think 18 games is perfect. Because then you get an extra chance to watch your team maybe make the playoffs.
See, you looking at it like that, and that's beautiful. I'm looking at it like I still gotta watch this team
No.
play 2 fucking games.
If we're being real, we can end it here. My Colts season ended for me when Jonathan Taylor dropped the ball. Now I'm just waiting to see, all right, can we somehow fix it?
Yeah, that ruined my fantasy season as well. Anyway, Broncos, baby.
Never
They're
get that
taking
dance
on
out of my head.
the Bengals. I know. Nah, you'll think about that the rest of your life. Trust me.
That and Goodson, man. Last year.
I still think about a few fumbles. Hey, Broncos.
Football hurts sometimes, man.
Man, please.
Broncos, Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals minus 3.5, baby. I don't get the disrespect to the Broncos, bro. Broncos a better team, better defense. Bengals, if they do win this game, it's gonna be because Burrow pulls some Jesus magic out of his sock. Bengals haven't won a game by more than 1 all season, haven't they? I'm joking, but
feels like it.
Down to the wire, no matter what. That defense is like. I think Joe Burrow was in the locker room before the season talking about how good he was, and the defense said, "Well, show us."
Wait, because we ain't showing up this year.
You're gonna have to win every game, big dog.
That's what it feels like.
49.5, which also feels a little big, but we just talked about this defense. I don't know, man. I'm just rooting for Burrow to throw some damn touchdowns.
And throw some damn touchdowns. You probably should, because they're going to need it. I liked kind of Bengals minus 2.5 because I could get at minus 140. Now it's minus 156. Just like, okay. I'm kind of not the fan of the 3.5 either. So like I said, that's why I kind of like the money line parlay, because minus 3, minus 118 versus minus 180 money line. It's like, how much? I know parlaying is stupid. You should never do it, but like, honestly, if you like the Bengals that much, this is probably a game where it's like, go find another team you like. We're going to talk about so many of them. Like, for example, I like the Colts. I think Colts should win that game. You do Colts Bengals, little one, minus 109. Like I said, I usually don't recommend doing 2-leggers, but it's that point, man. That 3.5 really bothers the hell out of me. I think Bengals should win this game. But like you said, Broncos defense is really good, and Bengals defense not too good. I like Jamar Chase to score a touchdown. I like Chase Brown to score a touchdown. We're gonna take Cortland Sutton over 5.5 receptions, and then past that. Like I said, I probably won't be able to watch much of this game, which really sucks. That's kind of also why I'm not going in too deep on it, because, yeah.
I already know.
Gonna be a little bit busy, boy.
Yes, sir. Saturday night, baby. A game you don't have to worry about either.
Oh, it matters, though.
I mean, yeah. If you're
NFC West title on the line.
Yeah, it's not on the line. You think it's on the line?
It is, though. It is. If Rams lose, that goes to next week.
Yeah, not on the line.
Yeah, you're right, though.
Lose or go home is on the line. Lose and try again next week is.
Yeah.
Cardinals plus 6.5 on the road, taking on the Rams. Total here 48. I don't know. I mean, I love the Rams here. Cardinals is that team for me this year, though. I'll say this: I bet on them, lose by 50. I bet against them, they win by 50. I'm just staying away from all Cardinal stuff. Rams also broke my heart when they lost to the Miami Dolphins, and I had a lot of money on them that night.
Man.
Yeah, heartbreaker. Probably my biggest heartbreak. Them and the Packers, Jaguars, 2 of the worst games this season for me personally, just betting wise. But Rams laying 6.5. Definitely like the road they've been on. They've been on fire the last month. The whole world's rooting for the Rams. Just 6.5. I can't lay a touchdown. I just can't do it personally.
Yep. And this is another reason why we literally just talked about parlaying and how much it's stupid and dumb. But yet again, Chargers Bengals plus 105. Rams Bengals plus 105. Rams Chargers minus 109. Like I said, usually don't recommend it in this situation, but yet again, this is another one. 6.5 feels too big, but I think they should win it. I don't know. I'm also just talking to myself a little bit about some of these numbers. Like, I think the Bengals should win by 3.5. I mean, I thought the Chiefs would win by 2.5. They win by like 14-17. Thought the Ravens should probably win by 5.5. They win by 3,500. It's like, Maybe you should be scared of these numbers. Maybe the books know something. These numbers are in for a reason. So, like, I kind of lean that way with the 6.5. But same time, like I said, I'm just going to be probably a wuss and do these money lines. Two-leggers like an idiot, and then just be mad when they lose because I just can't get myself to take the spreads, man, on most of these games. I will take Chargers -4, though. We'll take Bengals -3 on some other book. I'm not taking 3.5. And then Kyren Williams to score, I like it. And Cooper Kupp over 49.5 receiving yards. This dude has just stunk for weeks in a row. But now that a lot of teams are out of the playoffs in fantasy, I'm taking him over 49.5 because it just feels like one of those things where he killed everybody in the fantasy playoffs, and now he's going to go off.
Man. Said it best, baby. I love it. Moving to Sunday, we got the New York Jets, the Jets taking on the Buffalo Bills, MVP candidate Josh Allen. I think he's winning the MVP. We can talk about that a little more next week. Bills -9. You know, he has that the voter fatigue's real, bro. I think people are tired of seeing Lamar Jackson win MVPs already, which sucks because the kid is special. Bills -9 taking on the Jets. Total set at 45 in the hook here. I mean, Bills win this game 45-10, right?
I don't know, man. It's one of those division games where it just gets weird. I mean, if you remember last year, the Jets wanted a punt, and they didn't even have Aaron Rodgers the whole game. This year does feel a little bit different, though. I just can't get myself to take the 9, I don't think. Yeah, I won't lie to you, especially after last week when they didn't cover it against the Patriots, who I understand have Drake May as their quarterback, but don't really have anybody else. Aaron Rodgers is a little bit hot. I know he's dealing with a knee injury, but it's like, I think I'm good, man. 9 just feels a little bit too big. I'll probably take James Cook to score a touchdown, Josh Allen to score a rushing touchdown. Probably take Devontae Adams receiving over, receptions over, and score a touchdown just because him and Rodgers have been on fire lately. But yeah, this is another one of those ones where, I'm not gonna lie to you, it might just be like I'll give it out right at the end if you remind me. I'll give out some dumbass like 5-6 leg money line parlay with these teams. I just don't want to bet because the spread's too big. But hey, let's get some action on them though because they should win. That's what we'll name the parlay. The spreads are too damn big, but hey, this probably should win parlay of the day.
Hell yeah.
Lots to type out and put on a shirt, but
NFC South, baby. No, I love it, man. I hate parlays too, but sometimes what you gonna do? There's a space for them. If you bet 5 parlays a day only, and every day you just hoping to hit a 6 leg, you smoking crack. But if you come in and pick your spots and
bet a single,
yeah, you can pick your spots.
Like, hey, shout out this weekend, for real. Like last week, a perfect Wednesday, Thursday, perfect 3-legger. Chiefs, Ravens, Seahawks plus like 262. Only had to sweat for 3 hours in the last game, but it made it up for it because you didn't have to blink in the first 2.
Yeah. No, yeah.
So you get all your sweating out in the last one.
Yeah. No, you slapped that shit, dog. I love
it. Shout out the bonus money from you know who.
Hey now.
Shout out.
NFC South, baby. Yuck. Am I right? Panthers +8. They're taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers -8. Total set at 48.5 here. I'm gonna sound crazy, or maybe not. Panthers +8 looks like a medium rare steak with a baked potato on the side. Panthers been playing tough all season against no matter who they're playing. And you're telling me the Buccaneers are gonna walk in and blow them out?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I'm trying to get myself there because they truly did they played bad. Bucs didn't play bad. They didn't play horrible against the Cowboys, but they didn't play great. They hopefully should be getting some of their guys back. They're a little bit healthier. I mean, 8's just a big number, I do feel like, but it is home. Panthers kind of had a come back to earth moment last week. Mike, we're going to take all the Mike Evans stuff because he's still going for 1,000 yards, so we'll take all that stuff again. But past that, this is another one. Like, 8 feels kind of big, so I don't know. It's tough. I want to take it, but it's big.
It's hard to lay 8 in the NFL, bro. But
at the same time, Ravens covered 5.5 against the Texans. Chiefs covered 2.5 against the Steelers. Why can't the Bucs cover 8.5 against the Panthers? Now, I know we always saw this game and they didn't do it at the beginning of the year, but why can't they do it?
Why can't they do it? Titans, Jaguars. The only reason this game's good is because they both ass.
Oh, you're on the same book as me, by the way? Sorry to interrupt. I think you skipped a game.
Oh, no.
Unless you don't want to talk about your...
Okay.
Okay.
If anybody in the world is watching Saints, Raiders, and betting that shit, you ain't getting that shit from here, bro.
Oh, I had to play.
You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it, bro.
Saints money line. All right, next game.
Saints money
They're
line.
plus 100 at home. Why not? Raiders need the first pick. Saints nowhere close to the first pick. Raiders now to the 6th pick because they're dumb. Feel like they need to lose a game. That's literally all I want to talk about. We can move on.
Saints
I figured you skipped it for a reason, but that's literally all I want to talk about.
It's just breaking my heart, bro.
It's plus 100. That's really the only reason I want it. If it wasn't plus money, I wouldn't take it. If it's literally minus 101, fuck it. Watch the excuse language. I'm sorry, but that's literally how it feels. Just it's plus 100 though. It's like that meme though.
Who that? Who that said they're gonna beat them Saints, baby?
Last game, I'm gonna bet on them all year, man. I'm gonna try to go out on a win.
I ain't mad at it, bro. They just nothing, bro. Couldn't get a field goal, bro. I looked at my girlfriend right before the game started. I said, man,
boy stank.
I feel bad for the rest of the world. They gotta watch the Saints. This was before I knew they was gonna score 0. I was just like, man, I'd be mad if it was Packers Panthers or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't my team, like the whole world's gotta watch the Saints.
I was dreading that game all day. I'm like, well, I'll bet Josh Jacobs scored 2 touchdowns. Maybe they'll give me a reason to root. And then every running back scored for Green Bay, so we had to quickly readjust. But man, that was tough.
Yeah. No, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I've never done this in my life. I cut the game off at halftime, bro. 21-0, y'all got it. In Madden, that's a skunk. You got to pass the controller, bro. It's Christmas. I'm at the family's house. Let me go get some eggnog and whiskey and get the hell up on out of this motherfucking room. Anyway, the Titans, the Jaguars. Another game nobody gives a hot ham about. You got anything?
Truly. I don't think so.
Over 40.
I do. I don't mind the over 40 actually as well. That's probably decent. I'll probably take Chib Okonkwo to score a touchdown and his receiving over. That's the tight end for the Titans. Chib Okonkwo's had a good little stretch run. Defense that's bad against the tight end. Why not?
Yeah. Now, I just like the over here because both of these teams, they're going to compete just because it's a division game. And
it's going to be 31-30 or 12-9.
Yeah, and I'm hoping for the 31-30. So, yeah. I'm going to be on the over here.
I love it.
Tennessee, Jacksonville. I also like with both of these quarterbacks, they both trying to prove that they belong in this league. Will Levis and Mac Jones. So,
Mason Rudolph is starting again.
For who?
The Titans. I don't think we'll see Will Levis ever again in the Titans uniform. Man, personally.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, they're down on that. They're done with that boy.
I feel bad for all the 7-year-olds that got a Will Levis jersey yesterday for Christmas. You know there had to be at least 2 in Tennessee.
Oh my God, man!
A Will Levis jersey that was
50%
off.
Oh my! I'd be so. She's like, but he's the starting quarterback. I was like, Grandma, his ass getting traded.
Indianapolis, baby, your Colts. They're on the road taking on the New York Giants, the New York Football Giants. That is, laying 7.5 on the road. I like the Colts in this spot. I also like the over 40 in the hook. I think the Colts put it on them. Matter of fact, never mind. Giants ain't gonna put up nothing. Are they?
Colts 7.5. Giants control their way to the number 1 overall pick. I will just throw it out there right now. They control their destiny for the number 1 overall pick. But yeah, Colts should win this game. Colts need to win both their last 2 games to make the playoffs. And like they have a somewhat decent shot because if Broncos lose their last 2, which now the Chiefs game at the end of the year against Carson Wentz is going to become interesting. They're out. Colts are in. Yeah, Giants are just bad too. Giants are just one of the worst football teams all year.
Dazed out. What happens next week to get the Colts in?
So hold on. Let me pull out the.
I'm rooting for you, bro. My team out.
So, the Colts got to win their next 2 games. Bengals need to lose their next 2 games. Chargers need to lose one of their next 2. My aunt has to become my uncle. No, it's Colts just need to keep winning. I think they're going to blow out the Giants. Simply, the main reason is because the Giants they control their own destiny to the number 1 overall pick, and we'll see if they want to screw it up as bad as the Raiders did. Shout out the Raiders, man. Could have had the number 1 overall pick. Now they're at the 6th pick. At a baby, but Mark Davis was in the locker room cheering with the guys. Yeah. Good job.
Hey, you got to build that winning culture, baby. I will say this. I think it's going to be a game where Colts fans are going to cry for one reason and one reason only. Y'all are going to look excellent. And y'all are going to say to yourselves, why the hell
last week
didn't we look like this? Oh,
Same shit every year, man. Same shit every goddamn year with these Colts. I can't wait. Like, man, of course we look so great against these horrible Dookie teams, but then against the good teams. God damn, man.
Oh man, I love it, baby.
Shout out the Colts for real.
Stare down greatness, baby. Man.
Whoa, this number's dropped a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, I guess probably means Hurts isn't playing.
Oh. I forgot. That was hilarious. I saw him get hit, and then he got up, and I was like, oh, he out of there, Pops.
I'm good, ref. I'm good. It's like, man.
That's like when the cop pull you over leaving the bar, and you're like, oh, man, I ain't drink nothing.
Looking straight in the eye like, I'm good, man. You know that ref's just staring in his eyes like, Jalen, you don't even know where you are, man.
They brought him in the blue tent, and they said, what's your name? He said, Batman. Oh, shit. But Kenny Pickett, get him in there.
This guy thinks he's Devontae Smith. God damn it. Kenny. And no, the worst part, too, Kenny's kind of a little banged up, too. But no, yeah, I'm assuming Kenny started then. This game's -7. I probably will take it, assuming Saquon plays. Because Saquon's not hurt and he's playing. I think he's going to run a damn fool over these Cowboys because he's really close to the record. I think he needs 120 or so yards each game. And I think that potentially he could rush for like close to 200 this game with how bad the Cowboys' rush defense is. Just depends. It's going to be a tough game throughout, I think, but I just can't give myself the Cowboys. I know the Cowboys, they've been playing tough for Mike McCarthy. They've won 4 of their last 5. They're going to bring everyone back next year. I mean, same old Cowboys, man. No CeeDee Lamb for the rest of the season as well. The season's basically over. So, I mean, they're fighting to, be feisty, I guess. But yeah, give me Eagles -7.
Do they have a chance at the playoffs? This is the first year
Hell
I'm
no.
giving a damn about football.
No, they're done. They're literally
halfway through the season. Yeah.
They were done last week or the week before, and then they're basically just fighting for their head coach at this point, fighting for each other, as Micah Parsons says, fighting for they're just fighting, man.
We ain't gotta talk about this forever. But sometimes talent ain't what win you games. It's attitude. And I feel like Micah Parsons' attitude has murdered this franchise the last 3 seasons. Miami, baby. They're laying 6.5,
Right.
taking on the Cleveland Browns. Total set at 40 here. I mean, it's just too many games that don't matter for us to have 2 more weeks in the damn season.
Yeah, Dolphins fighting for their playoff lives, baby. Oh my God, they're lurking. I can't bet this game, man. I'm not bet. Tua did have his best game of the season last week, though. So yeah, I'm not betting them this week. I wouldn't be shocked. This screams of a Dolphins. Game's close. Something dumb happens where they either win or lose, and all Dolphins fans are like, "Man, why are we still in this damn situation? Like, how are we still here? Why are we still fighting? I don't want this game. I want nothing to do with it. I got nothing.
You know who's starting for the Browns? Just curious.
Jameis. I don't even know. Jameis might be starting again because DTR's hurt. I truly have zero clue.
If Jameis
I could be in the call in 3 days.
Yeah.
But if James plays, I would consider them +6. I agree. If I got a call, I would take the Dolphins -6.5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw the ball in a minute. I don't know who's playing quarterback.
Hell yeah. Green Bay, baby, the one game that actually does. I don't even know if it matters. It's just going to be a good game.
Kind of.
Both of these teams are going to fight for something. Both of these teams hate each other. Both of these teams are in the same division. I think the Packers want to make it to where it's 12-4, 13-3. Looks a little closer. Packers, -1 on the road, though. Give me the Packers money line. Although I've been trying to fade the Vikings all season, and if you look at the score, the record, it hadn't been working. I've also been trying to bet on the Packers all season, and
somehow that hasn't been working.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense because they actually are a pretty good football team.
Man. Anyway, where you at on this game? Both of these teams just amazing. I honestly can't wait to even watch this as a fan. It's going to be the one game that saves the football weekend for me. Sunday night will be fun, too, just because of the rookie quarterbacks. But
yeah. No, I agree. When it comes to this game, I won't lie. I really don't have anything in it. This is just a game where I'm going to be a fan and watch it for a bit. I'm probably going to bet. If I get the Vikings down at some point, I'm probably going to take them because it feels like they have a little bit more to play for in that aspect because Lions and Vikings, Week 18, it will be for the number 1 seed if the Vikings win this game, and the Vikings win. They get the 1 seed, Lions win. They get the 1 seed. Both these teams probably should win this week, realistically. I mean, I know the Packers are decent, but Vikings have been on another level as of late. And it just comes down to Sam Darnold. What version of Sam Darnold do we get? And that's the whole reason I'm not betting on this game pregame. I want to watch live and see, all right, do we have the Sam Darnold that's been locked in, who's been playing good? Do we got the Sam Darnold who escaped with a 12-9 victory over the Jaguars? I can't get that out of my head. That's the Sam Darnold I see a lot of the time.
You know what's crazy? The Packers escaped a damn win against the Jaguars too.
Maybe the Jaguars just feisty, man.
Jaguars hate the NFC North, is what I think.
That could be true too.
Yeah, I think Packers have the better defense, and I like Love a little better than Darnold. So, quarterback and defense, I give the edge to the Packers. So I'm gonna take the Packers, especially you give me -10, a 110 on the money line.
-10. Whoa!
I know, right?
What's the juice on that?
Hell yeah, that's crazy. It'd probably be +600 at least.
+280.
Right. Yeah, no, these books are going crazy these days. That's the
-113 for every damn bet.
Yeah. Nah, it's getting bananas out here, bro. It's I'm starting to see just regular props to -155. Like, bro.
-1.5 receptions, -182. Like, damn, just put it at 2.
Yeah. No, literally your boys rushing last night. By the time I got to it was 67.5 -155. Charlotte, what's his name for Seahawks? I don't know his name, but
Charbonnet.
That's the number that was posted.
Yeah.
Just go to.
I'm mad at that boy.
Just add 2 yards. Yeah, I'm pissed too.
Is that 2 yards? Takes it because now I feel bad. I gave you a shit bet with shit odds, and the running back was dog shit. Shit.
Don't even worry about it.
I'm
giving you losses.
Man,
that's the name of the game, baby. We got 2.
You just got to find the winners.
Yeah.
Seahawks money line, only winner last night. But hey, it was never a doubt.
Never a doubt, baby. Nah, it's just the game, man. People think you're going to win every bet. You're a damn fool, bro. I'm just trying to go 6 out of 10, bro.
Safe. We just got to, and if we go 3 out of 10 some weeks, that's okay. We just got to hit a +800 to make that 3 out of 10 beautiful one. That's all you need.
Every now and again, you get a +600 that you like, and you bet it, and it hits. And
sometimes it's not about how much you win. It matters what you win, people.
Hey, now.
Hey.
Falcons, baby. Michael Penix Jr., the future, taking on the Commanders. Probably the Redskins soon, hopefully. I missed the Redskins. Saw some old Redskins gear at the last game on TV. I liked it.
You should have saw them in Indy.
Yeah.
From what I saw on the photos online, not a soul in sight with anything that wasn't Redskins gear.
I love it.
Everyone just said they need to go back. Truly, I think everyone wants them to go back. Even the people who
nobody ever wanted them to change.
It.
Yeah, there's like 10 white women on Facebook begging for them to change. Jaden Daniels, the battle of the rookie quarterbacks. This one will be a fun one. -4 for the Commanders. Total set at 47 and a hook here. I think this will be a fun one to see what Michael Penix Jr. really has. He kind of got away with the win last week on the defense and special teams. Commanders, I don't know. I can't call this game. This is a game where I could see both teams winning 38-10, and I could see this game also being 21-20. If I had to lean, though, I would go Commanders at home. Also, I fucking hate the Falcons, as y'all know. So, 4, though, that's a big number to lay. I'm in with something on this game because it's Sunday Night Football, but I don't know.
I know what side the white women are on. No. Give me the white moms out there. No, give me Commanders -4. I think they when they're in for the playoffs. I just like that situation better for them. I just like their team better overall. Just if you go down the stat sheet, I don't mind. Like I think obviously like Bijan Robinson's better than Brian Robinson. Like if you go spot for spot, you can probably find some stuff you like. But overall, I just think Commanders been playing much better football. Michael Penix is second start, and I'm not going to act like he lit the world on fire in his first start. He was okay.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do too much.
That's what I'm saying. I saw the score, and I said, damn, this boy's going off. And then I was disappointed at, 200 yards, no touchdowns or something. But, hey, you win the game. You win the game.
Mm-hmm. And the interception, to be fair, was not on him. That was on Kyle Pitts. It's literally, here you go. No, but give me the Commanders -4. I think they win this game at home.
To the defense.
Later, man, that guy has some of the weirdest highlights of all time. Anyway. Commanders -4.5. I do like that there. I'm probably going to take a Scary Terry touchdown, Brian Robinson touchdown, and then probably just kind of leave it there. And then I'll maybe bet something live with the Falcons who look good. I just think that Michael Penix' second start in his career is now in prime time. Jaden Daniels is the whole season. I just think the offense might be a little bit more fluid with
Yeah, the more I
Jaden
talk about this
Daniels.
game, the more I like the Commanders.
Well, the
I'm
biggest
gonna say
issue
this.
too with Jaden Daniels is they have a whole different play. I'll let you go. They have a whole different playbook, almost for him than Kirk Cousins, because Michael Penix, that boy can move. Kirk Cousins was a statue at some points. Now it's like they basically have to install a whole new offense for Penix. It's like, hey, we can finally run these plays. I've wanted the offensive coordinators to come out. It's like, I've wanted to run these for so long. We can finally run them. So it's like, yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
It is, definitely is. No, I think Michael Penix. I don't know if it's gonna be tonight, but I do think the kid's gonna be good, and he's gonna have a breakout game soon, where we're gonna be like, oh yeah, this kid is good.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing I want to say about Jaden Daniels, and I really want to talk about this probably Monday or next week, if you want to talk about this with me, how special he is in the sense of watching the Eagles game on Sunday.
Oh yeah,
I got the feeling Jaden Daniels is gonna win this game. Like, you know what I mean? There's certain quarterbacks like the Drew Brees, the Peyton Manning's like, okay, they down. It's a minute, 2 minutes left. Jaden Daniels is gonna get this thing done. I just felt
you're
like
starting to get a little bit about them. This one is going to be awesome to see if he can translate this over to not only in the playoffs but in the year too. This is basically like, well, a lot of people I feel like we're saying with TJ Stroud's like, oh, he's going to get it. Now he had a little bit of the year two regression. That's what I'm excited about for Daniels, because it feels like no offense to TJ Stroud, Daniels has played so many college football games. Like, it feels like he might actually might have a little bit of that killer instinct in him on these final drives, which would be awesome if he truly did, because that takes you a long way.
I felt like it was zero doubt that they were going to win that game. And
I'll tell you what, I'm not comfortable when he has the ball last, for sure, if I'm betting against him.
Yeah. No, I mean,
not
he has the
comfortable.
Burrow-ish, like, okay, he'll get it done in the last drive if you need him to.
Mm-hmm.
I love that about him. Last game of the week, they said Dan Campbell, if the Packers win, will you rest your players? He said, I don't give a goddamn what the hell happens. We're going to go to the West Coast and we're going to try and win.
I love it, Dan.
Laying 3.5. I don't believe him, though.
They have to win at least this week. Have to, I believe. So I give me the Lions minus 3.5. I think they're going to be, after watching the 49ers lose the way they did to the Dolphins last week, I'm done with this team, man. Jake Moody, guy can't make a kick. He's off the team next year, probably. I'm not going to diss him too much. I'm sorry, man. That was a little bit disrespectful. He's having a rough year. But overall, 49ers, man, I'm sick of this team, man. That's the best way to put it. They've had injuries all year. I bet on them probably 5 times this season where it's like, man, they should win this game. If they were the old 49ers, but obviously the new age 49ers, that just ain't the same. So give me Lions minus 3.5. I think they win this game by about 7-ish, honestly. And then I think Gibbs is going to score, and I like Tim Patrick to score. Kind of like Amon-Ra as well. So those are the 3 guys I'm picking to score in this game. And then for the 49ers, I don't know. We're going to have to watch live to see who's the target guy, but they just offensively, if they've not been the same, they've been kind of bad. And I just can't get that stank out of my mouth, man.
Man, nothing makes me happier.
That Dolphins game really pissed me. I'm not got angry talking about them. I can't believe they lost that game to the Dolphins. I mean,
I'm going to take Lions minus 3.5 here, but the one thing I want to say about the 49ers, the funniest thing to me is that for the past 15 years, they've been this close to a Super Bowl.
Every time.
0 rings, and the fans. Oh, the fans. Their hearts are broken, baby. And I love it. A San Francisco 49er fan with a broken heart. That's a beauty.
Breaking my heart. Broken hearts, man. You gotta love it. Hey, man. And it truly is crazy that they've been close so many damn times. And 2 of them recently have just been the Mahomes effect.
Yeah. I mean, it's the 49ers.
Sorry. Man.
I hate them.
Can't blame you. I will end it here with this. I do got a fun little 7-leg money liner for you that potentially you can add 2 more games you want to get sweaty. So we got Lions, Bucks, Rams, Bengals, Chargers, Bills, Colts, plus 745. If you want to get a little spicy, you have the Commanders. It makes it plus 1148. So we'll leave that one in because I kind of do want to add that. And then there's one more team I debated adding, the New Orleans Saints. I'm just kidding. We ain't adding them. That's probably where I'm
They're fighting for the – if the Raiders are – well, they ruined it last week, so I don't know.
That's the only reason why I kind of am just going to leave it. Maybe just do this 8-legger plus 1148 because the Raiders are just stupid. I can't believe they lost that game to the Jags. The only reason I picked that whole game was because man, they have a chance to get Shedeur Sanders, and they've talked about it all season. So we're gonna do that, and then they go win the game. And like I said, Mark Davis, understandably so, celebrating with the team because obviously they want to win games. This team, as the current team, wants to win games because they might not be there, might not be playing again, but it's just. I hope you enjoyed the 6th pick, man. I don't know what you're gonna get there. That's all I'm gonna say. Probably gonna be I don't even know. Carson Beck. Quinn Ewers.
See, is Carson
both who
Beck
might be coming back.
Quarterback? What are we?
No,
doing?
they might. Both of those might be coming back. Him and Quinn Ewers might be coming back for NIL
But I'm
deals.
talking about ever.
Oh, probably not. This is probably one of the worst QB drafts in a while. Unless there's some gem out there.
If you're telling me that Cam Ward, Carson Beck, Quinn Ewers is going to play in the NFL as a starting quarterback, hell no, bro.
They're probably going to be good backups if I had to guess.
The future's bright though. I will say that, and that's on. We do have a lot of young quarterbacks: Love, Stroud, Penix, Daniels, Golf. He's not really young, but he's got another 10 years at least.
Yeah, you want to hear this real quick? Here's some QB names that are apparently, according to NFL.com, I don't know how recently this was updated. Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, Jalen Milroe, Quinn Ewers, Carson Beck, Jackson Dart, Kyle McCord, Curtis Rourke, Riley Leonard, Will Howard. That's kind of like the 10 they're looking at. What? Not one of those names am I looking at that's an NFL starting quarterback for 3 to 4 years. Off right away. I can't really. I mean, other than Shedeur Cam Ward.
The only one. Yeah.
Other than Shedeur Cam Ward, obviously at the top of the list. You go anybody else on that list, I'm like, if you said, we'll give you $1,000 if you pick one guy and he'll start for 3 years, pick one out of those names. That's going to be tough, man. I might need some time.
Yeah.
Other than Cam Ward and Shedeur, like I said.
No, Shedeur, I think it's going to be special, bro.
I think he has the potential. I'm very curious to see if Deion ends up going with him. There's so much rumors about that, but I don't see it.
I know.
College feels like Deion's place.
Yeah, I don't think Deion's leaving college. I've heard so much.
At least not yet.
Dallas Cowboys talk with Deion and Shedeur.
He ain't letting Jerry boss him around like that. Hell no.
I already know.
If anything, though, honestly, Jerry probably would sit back for Deion. All right, anything you want, Deion. Yeah, anything you want, Prime. Anything you want, Prime. You got it. That'd probably be one of the few players who Jerry would probably, I would feel back off for, maybe. I don't know. He's also getting up there in age, so he's starting to get to the point where he might just be doing things. You know how old men get. Nothing against them.
Just the first season, I do feel like Jerry Jones don't know what the hell going on. I don't think he knows.
He's come out and said a lot of stuff that's just
yeah,
hi, Jerry.
Yeah, what are you doing, bro? Yeah, I don't think he knows what the hell is going on no more.
He might not. He might not. I mean, the whole thing that got me was the whole curtain thing. He's like, when they built the stadium, the sun blasted and everything. He's like, we're going to have the light in the damn stadium. I'm just trying to think in my head. Where it's you could cover up for this quarterback. I could just think, now, Dak, you're going to learn how to fucking play with the sun in your eyes, boy. The fans love when the sun comes out. So we're going to let the sun come out. He's like, but Jerry, I'm throwing the other. Dak, you're going to learn how to throw in the fucking sun. I just imagine that's how it goes at this point. He's so set in his own ways. He's like, I'm not changing. Metal's falling. He's like, we're shutting the roof. Go nail that shit up there. Jerry, it's just a loose piece. We're playing tonight. Nail it up there. We'll figure it out later. It's like, all right, Jerry.
The one thing that sucks for the stadium, I think it's just in life, it's all about timing. He spent billions of dollars building a stadium, probably 2 years before technology really took off.
Yeah.
All the stadiums that was built since then, shitting on them.
At the time, though, I mean, it's still, and to be honest, they probably still make the most money in the world, but they're also the only NFL stadium that kind of lets you tour the stadium and watch players work out and do all this and all that.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just couldn't imagine being in their bench press and doing squats. You turn around, there's just some white dude just.
Yeah.
So that's what a Cowboys player lifts. That's what they look like when they lift, huh? And they're just sitting out there talking. It's like, my goddamn zoo animal? What the hell? You're at practice, all of a sudden you look out, you just see Donnie leaning over the rail, just. I'm telling you, I don't like the way you threw the halfback swing, the way the backup's been thrown over here, Ralph. It's like, I can hear you up there, man. Like, I don't know. It's a whole weird environment. I don't know. I don't want to judge too much, obviously, because those are NFL players are making money. You got to obviously figure it out. But yeah, when you hear about some organizations, the way they're run. And by the way, everyone does their own thing. I mean, shit, the Bears have like 1,500 family members in their organization helping them out running stuff, like between towels and mail to up-offs. Everyone does their own thing. It's just funny when you learn about how I'll just leave it like this. Some teams win, and you hear how their building goes. And you hear all these other buildings. I'm not going to say who's who in these situations. And you hear these other buildings. It's like, that makes a lot more sense. Like, I don't want to single out anybody out, but you hear stories. I don't know how true this is, but this might be a perfect way to end it. I'll end it with this. You hear stories like what came out with Greg Johnson and the Jets. And all of a sudden, like, true or not, you hear stuff like that come out. All of a sudden, it's like, so that's why they don't win. And then all of a sudden, everything makes so much more sense. And you can apply that for any team across the NFL. You just got to put some stuff together. It's like,
now I remember even with the
that
Cardinals,
makes so
they
much
came
more
out
sense.
like they got a high school workout gym, dirty ass, moldy ass. Like, it's like, bro,
hey, you paying lunch is $3.20 today. It's like, damn, I gotta pay for my own lunch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, how do you think we stay open?
Right.
You're the NFL calf.
Nah, it's hilarious.
$3.25 for the attitude, son.
Yeah.
You want a little Uncrustable? That's $2. A la carte. Throw it back to high school for real. That's just gross. You're in the NFL, man. Come on. Got people being like, sorry, we can't take care of your kids here, man. Go somewhere else. Like, man, like, don't get me wrong. I know the NFL players and all that get baby too much, but there's certain stuff like they should be able to have their kids with the daycare somewhere in the facility if they aren't able to do that. They should be able to eat food, not having to pay $5 for a damn protein shake because your building can't afford it. I mean, man, they got Kyler Murray sitting next to a trash can next to the custodian, man. Custodian's office is 3 doors down. Here's everything that goes on in the meeting. Come on, man.
I don't know. He's just... Well, we could talk about these guys for days.
I mean, their building got an F, man. Holy hell. 32 of 32 a few years ago.
And it's a new one, too. Like, that stadium recently new, like the last 20 years.
What's funny is I don't think any of that ownership's there anymore. Or not ownership, any of those GMs, any of those people. So, well, I don't know. I ain't going to judge too much. Cardinals are going through a lot right now. They're really hot at one point.
10-1, baby. And because of a I was about to say a slur, excuse me, and not the N word, the M word. I was about to call him a little person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't say midget anymore. I don't know.
Kyler's
I don't think of anybody as little people though.
Yeah. They're below me.
Nah.
No,
I'd rather be called a midget than a little person. But again, I'm 6'5", so I have no idea what they go through.
Yeah, no, I was about to say I feel like I'd be the same way, but yet again, we don't go through it, so we can't really. That's not for us to judge, right? We talk sports. We don't judge. We don't judge racial slurs. Yeah. I will end with this real quick, though. And actually end with this because I got to get running. Kyler Murray. I will always remember him for 2 things: the Hail Murray that he had the DeAndre Hopkins that won me like $200, my first ever big like $200 bet off like 10. And then I remember the playoff game against the Rams where he's sitting on his butt after a pick 6 in the end zone. They're down like 34-0. That's always how I remember Kyler Murray at the Rams. Where it's like he has the highest of highs and then the lowest of lows. It's quite a roller coaster ride.
You know how I remember him? Because of Cliff Kingsbury, he was 10-1. And then as soon as the season ends, because he's throwing pick 6s, he forces the team to give him $260 million, which he has not deserved a penny of the last 2 seasons. And he also forced them to get rid of a great coach who is now doing wonders in Washington. All that's
can't argue with that.
Murray. You go from 10-1 with a great coach to whatever the hell you are right now.
They're a rough spot.
My man, JCP, I appreciate you. The JC Pod on YouTube. He comes at you 2-3 times a week, bringing it to you. Check him out on the X. Great follow if you want a guy who knows ball, because everybody knows. JC knows. This guy gives out winners left and right. My man, Jaden Chandler Parnell, I appreciate you coming. Stare down sports, baby. Stare down greatness. It's crazy because we're opposite. If you look at the screen, I got the hook.
Oh, no, I just saw that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nah, yeah, we rocking, baby.
Did it perfect.
.com. Check it out. I'm sure he'll have Sunday night football, Monday night football plays on Stare Down Sports.
Yeah, gotta
If you,
pump those out today because of the wedding.
yeah,
Love
yeah.
that. Love getting
Hey,
to have that one. I do too today. Got college bowl bonanza and we got the NFL one, so be on the lookout for that. And my man, love, appreciate you having me on. I'll see everyone back next week on Thursday, man. We'll get back to a little bit of normalcy right after
yes,
the
sir.
holidays. And hey, what
It'll be
what
a
we
new year.
a new year, and we got some bowl games to talk about, and we got some college football playoffs. So hey, don't forget your bowling shoes, people. It's gonna be one of them weekends, man.
Yes, sir, my man. JCP. Blast, huh? A bleeping blast. For some reason, this happens every week now. As soon as I finish with him, shit starts skipping. But anyway, I could care less. Y'all know how it goes. The audio will be gravy. Um, Let me see this real quick. I'm gonna start this off. We're gonna talk college for like 10 minutes. Coach Larranaga leaves Miami. Already heartbreaking just to hear. The timing of it adds a little more heartache to it. And then the press conference is released. And I don't know if I even have a heart to break anymore. Quote, 18 months ago, Miami Hurricanes, led by Coach Larranaga, went to the Final Four. Quote, 18 months ago, we went to the Final Four. And in the first meeting with the players afterwards, 8 of those players added their name into the transfer portal. Coach Larranaga said he didn't get it. Are you not happy here? Players respond, oh no, we love it here. We love Miami. But that doesn't matter anymore. The opportunity and the greed to go elsewhere and get cash money has taken over collegiate sports. When I first heard of the NIL deals, I was all for it. Of course, I was thinking realistically. I was thinking you give a college kid $10,000. I mean, he's happy as a damn gopher. I expected, truly and honestly, the greatest of the great players to get $100,000, $200,000. Average players maybe get around $2,000 for the year. And then your starting point guard that's not a star, but he gets things rocking and rolling. You give him $9,000 to $12,000, and they're rich. They're in college. But see, I still assumed that college would be college. Basketball shorts, slides. You just got $12,000. You can go buy you a $4,000 '07 Nissan. Drive up to Little Caesars and take your little girlfriend out on a little date on Friday night. No, these players are getting $8 million, and I'm talking about trash ones. Just to switch sports, I'll bring it back to college in a second. Tulane, Green Waves quarterback, just signed for Duke, $8 million. Let me ask you a question, fans. How many times have you seen Tulane or Duke have any success in college football? Never. Which means we're paying a kid $8 million to ultimately show up, play 10, 12 games, and 99.99999999999% chance of not winning the damn thing. Now let's get back to basketball. And this is the prime example He's a grown man. He could take it. 5-year senior. $2 million for Coleman Hawkins to average 8 and 6. What the hell are we doing? Coach Larranaga quitting yesterday was the bullet to the heart of college basketball fans. Not because we love Coach Larranaga, which we do. Not because Miami's a basketball powerhouse. They're in the ACC. They're elite school. But because it shows, even if you make a Final Four, these kids, instead of rolling up their sleeves, getting back to work, having loyalty, having pride, they're just going to go look for the biggest check they can find. Let me give you some advice, kids, before I finish this point off. That $2 million, $3 million you're getting after taxes, 1.2, 1.5 million, which is still a lot of money. I mean, life-changing. Hell, I'll settle for half that in cash. You better make that last the rest of your life. Because your integrity has already shown. Probably not going to be worth nothing. You, as a human. If you're transferring schools, probably not good enough to play at the next level. If you're transferring schools, you're probably the problem. And instead of looking in the mirror and getting better and holding accountability, you run, take the money, and have a fresh start. Which the human, and I mean, I'm no expert, but the human gets a fresh start 9 times out of 10. Old habits reappear. See, you go back to the same situation. You can't just show up with the same skill level, attitude as you did last season. The coaching staff and the peers, your other players, your teammates, the fans even, will demand more. They will demand improvement. If you score 8 points a game as a freshman and you're the starting point guard, hell, we want to see 9 as a sophomore, 11 as a junior, maybe 14, 15 as a senior. But you go to a whole new school now. 0 standards. Nobody knows you. You can show up with the same poor work ethic. You can show up with the same broken jump shot. And you can coast because they already gave you the money and you're already there. You don't have to work for anything. And then once that situation doesn't work and y'all lose and the coach brings in another point guard the next year, you just say, oh, well, I'll go to this other school and get another check and show up with the same horrible work ethic, same broken jump shot. And before you know it, I'll be working down at your local State Farm. Players improve because of programs. Development happens over years. If you and this one coaching staff has been working on this, you come back the next season, you build on it. You build on it. Now you have a kid that might have never made the NBA. Draymond Green, for instance. Making the NBA because of the progression. And then he landed the perfect spot. Won 4 rings. Hall of Famer probably. But if Draymond Green transferred every season, probably be a FedEx driver right now. Probably would have never got drafted. You have to improve yourself, not your situation. Situation improves once you improve. Coach Larranaga, my heart goes out to you. College basketball fans everywhere. Today, we mourn together. For reality has hit. We will never, ever see another core group of 3 to 6 players try to reach the mountaintop over a 3-4 year period together. We will never, ever, ever, and the one and done's already kind of killed this, but the NIL is the nail in the coffin. We'll never, ever, ever see Bam Adebayo and De'Aaron Fox crying together after losing and then they didn't come back. So like I said, one and done's killed it. But this is just recent memories. Y'all remember them crying after they lost. Now imagine in the 90s, those players was crying after they lost and then they came back together. Go look at Grant Hill played 3 years of college ball. He was supposed to be the next Jordan if injuries didn't hit. They lost his freshman year. Guess what the hell he did? With Christian Laettner, some other guys, Bobby Hurley. They came back. The loss fueled them as a group. They went on and won back-to-back champions, sophomore, junior year. They all lived happily ever after. Now, if Grant Hill one and done's, he never wins a college basketball championship. He gets injured in the NBA. And he never wins nothing in his life. He's just a player that got hurt. If Grant Hill transfers after his freshman year due to what I call bitch assness, who knows? But Duke and Grant Hill don't go back to back in the early 90s. Man, I miss it. Cassius Winston recently. I'm trying to think of recent players that played for 4 years. Jaden Atkins this season. We've watched this kid with Michigan State improve. And now the kid's something special. Just breaks my heart, man. But hey, in the words of my own father, rest in peace to him. Take the money. I don't know, man. I gotta ask Grant Hill. I wonder if he would rather had the 3 years at Duke with the back-to-back championships, or if you would have gave him the option. 1 year Duke, you lose $2 million from North Carolina State, lose $2 million from Miami, lose. Go to the NBA, get hurt. Hey, at least you got $4 million. I think he'll choose the back-to-back championships and the culture and core and lifetime bond and friendships that he has with the Duke Blue Devils and everybody involved. Imagine being an alma mater of 6 damn schools. A guy that's supposed to be a college teammate, friend, brother, best man at the wedding for life. Well, I just knew that kid for 6 months. It's heartbreaking. Christmas is over. Happy holidays. Let's get to this Saturday slate, baby. Beautiful college basketball slate this weekend on Saturday. Because the lines are out, I usually give you my lines. We're going to just go ahead and preview this thing. I got 4 bets for you. Mañana. That's tomorrow for the non-Espanol speakers. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've never done this. I've never said this. I've never even thought it. I think we're going 4-0 tomorrow, baby. Maryland. They're taking on Maryland Eastern Shore. Maryland laying 39 in the damn half. I like this Maryland team a lot this season. They've shown me a lot thus far. Can't wait to see the conference play start next week. Man, I think they're going to get uppercut in conference play. But I could be wrong. The Maryland Terrapins, they might have something rolling this year. Way too big for me to lay 39.5. Georgetown taking on Coppin State. Damn sure ain't laying 29.5 with Georgetown. Can you imagine Georgetown sweating out Georgetown winning by 30? Louisville. This is one I'm actually considering, but due to the 4 bangers I got, Louisville's laying 19.5 taking on a tough Eastern Kentucky team. Louisville hasn't shown me that they're elite. And if you're not elite, I don't think you beat anybody by 20. Definitely staying away from that for that reason. St. Joseph's as well, laying 20. I would love St. Joseph's at around 11 and a half even. Oh, the Mississippi, baby. They're taking on Memphis. This is a must-watch college basketball game. Ole Miss and Memphis. Man, honestly, I'm probably going to flip a coin and bet whatever the hell it says. Both of these teams, I believe, can win it. I like Memphis better as far as the talent goes, but I like Ole Miss better as far as cohesiveness and toughness. Memphis is tough too, very tough team. I'm not saying that. I just can't wait to watch this game as a fan, to be honest with you. Georgia Tech's laying 22.5 against Alabama A&M. That's a little too big for me to get behind. Texas A&M 23.5. That's a little big for me. This one, Nevada 6.5 taking on Wyoming. Love Nevada in this spot. If they were at home laying 6.5, I would have already bet this. 6.5 on the road. Man, I do like Nevada though. I like Nevada to win this by double digits. So Nevada minus 6.5 is a strong lean. We got St. John's minus 24.5 taking on Delaware. St. John's minus 24.5, a little too big for me to get behind. Delaware, though, I don't think they're going to put up much of a fight. I could just see St. John's winning by 18 and being happy with it. Winning by 22 and being happy with it. To win by 25 is a task. We got Florida Gulf Coast taking on Richmond. I like Richmond minus 1.5 at home. Grand Canyon minus 16.5 taking on San Diego. I don't know if I can get there with Grand Canyon. They've been pissing me off lately as far as not covering numbers like 13 and 16. Washington State. Love Washington State. If you listen to this show at all, I have given Washington State more praise than any team, or just as much praise as any other team this season. Love Washington State. 13.5 is a stretch. If this was 11.5, 9.5, I would have already betted it. But I'm gonna be honest, I probably will end up betting Washington State minus the 13.5. I just haven't bet it yet. UNLV, the running Rebels of Las Vegas, they're taking on Fresno State. They're laying 14.5. I like Fresno State to keep that game close. Plus 14.5 on Fresno State would be my lean. And then St. Mary's taking on Pacific, to be specific. I like St. Mary's minus 21.5, but ain't no way in HE double hockey sticks I'm laying that. So, with that being said, let's get to the fun stuff. Man, Captain by a Hook, baby, with the red beard. Presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. Saturday, college basketball bets. Start this thing off with Syracuse taking on Bucknell. I know what you're thinking. Oh, here he goes again. No. Give me the over. Over 148 in the hook. Bucknell, Syracuse. Think they get that pace running and gunning and jumping and humming. I think this game gets into high 70s. Somebody gets into the 80s. I think this total gets into the 150s. I'm betting over 148 and the hook, Syracuse and Bucknell. Colorado State taking on New Mexico. This is honestly either the trap line of the day or the steal of the day that you can get New Mexico at minus 111 on the money line. Colorado State. Isaiah Stevens ain't running the print no more. He's not running the point. He's not the point guard. Sorry, accent came out a little strong there. New Mexico money line minus 111. They're winning this game by 20. It should be the best better today. I should have did a best better today. Didn't even think to do a best better today. But New Mexico minus 111 taking on Colorado State. These teams are just in two different leagues this season. What do you mean they're in two different leagues, you ask? Colorado State 7-5. New Mexico 9-3. Give me New Mexico to slap some ass this weekend in Colorado. New Mexico money line minus 111. Another money line. You know what it is. We got Gonzaga taking on the mighty Bruins of UCLA. UCLA has made my heart putter this season. I love Gonzaga. But UCLA at home, plus money. If you're smart, you take the plus 4.5. If you're me, you take the money line. Plus 158. Give me UCLA. And now, mind you, they beat some good name teams that might not be as good as they should be. Gonzaga, a good name team that is as good as they should be. Definitely going to be not the first real test, but definitely going to be a huge test. Gonzaga, UCLA. I'm taking the mighty Bruins on the money line. And last week they lost to North Carolina. Might be heartbroken again. But give me the plus 158. No way in hell I'm laying 4.5 with Gonzaga. Give me the mighty Bruins plus 158. Mick Cronin and the gang. And then a little evening game here. We got Utah State taking on San Diego State. Utah State 11-1. San Diego State 8-2. Oh yeah, if you haven't noticed, Mount West basketball conference play starting. Colorado State, New Mexico, and then now Utah State, San Diego State. Love me some conference basketball, and conference play is here. Man, at home. Give me San Diego State laying the 4.5. I know Utah State's 11-1, but Danny Sprinkle ain't there no more. Give me San Diego State at home. If Utah State was at home, take them. I'm taking San Diego State for the win, as the kids say. Minus 4.5 at home, San Diego State. I'll recap those things for you right here, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, right. Keep it going. Over 148 and the hook. Syracuse, Bucknell, New Mexico, a money line, minus 111. UCLA on the money line, plus 158. San Diego State, minus 4.5. How you love that, baby? Captain by a hook with the red beard. I'm Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs, going live on a beautiful Friday. It is the 27th day of December. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love. And thank you for the support. Take all these wagers at your own risk. And please, gamble responsibly. Dobbs.